Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Al Jazeera reports that a series of Israeli strikes targeting vehicles in Lebanon resulted in the deaths of at least 12 people. Among the casualties were a woman and her 2 children, highlighting the severe impact on civilians. This escalation occurred just one day prior to scheduled U.S.-mediated negotiations between Lebanon and Israel set to take place in Washington. The timing of the strikes adds a complex and sensitive dimension to the diplomatic efforts aimed at resolving tensions in the region. The incident underscores the ongoing volatile situation and the tragic human cost of the conflict. The European Union announced it will not issue a direct ban on conversion therapy for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer LGBTQ+ individuals. However, the EU will encourage its member states to take action to combat these practices. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen stated that conversion therapy has no place in the EU, as reported by the Liberty Times. The United Nations has previously called for a global prohibition on such therapies, describing them as discriminatory, humiliating, and a violation of bodily autonomy. Despite over 1 million signatures on a petition last May advocating for an EU-wide ban, the EU maintains that it lacks the legal authority to impose such a ban without encroaching on member states' powers. Nevertheless, the European Commission plans to issue recommendations to its members next year, urging them to implement national prohibitions. Currently, 8 of the 27 EU member states, Germany, France, Belgium, Spain, Portugal, Greece, Cyprus, and Malta, have already outlawed these practices. UPI reports that final demand wholesale inflation in the United States rose by 6% on an annual basis in April, marking the largest increase since 2022. The Producer Price Index, PPI, also saw a seasonally adjusted 1.4% increase for April, doubling March's rate and representing the largest monthly jump since March 2022. This rise significantly outpaced the Dow Jones consensus estimate of 0.5%. More than 3/4 of the 2% increase in final demand goods for April was attributed to a 7.8% surge in energy prices. With crude petroleum climbing 11.3%, final demand services also moved up 1.2%, largely driven by a 2.7% increase in trade services. Excluding volatile food and energy, final demand inflation rose 0.6% in April, its biggest bump since October, leading to a 4.4% annual increase in this core measure, the largest since February 2023. A 40-year-old Chinese hacker, identified only as Mr. A, has been extradited from Thailand to South Korea, facing charges of orchestrating a large-scale cybercrime operation. According to Sing Tao, Mr. A is suspected of hacking multiple websites and stealing over 38 billion Korean won, equivalent to approximately 200 million Hong Kong dollars, from South Korean victims' bank and digital asset accounts. This extensive theft occurred between August 2023 and April 2025. Notably, the targets included high-profile individuals, such as BTS member Jungkook, whose Hype DAE shares worth 8.4 billion Korean won, about 44 million Hong Kong dae, were targeted. Fortunately, timely stop payment measures prevented any financial loss in Jungkook's case. Mr. A was apprehended in Thailand last May, where he and a 36-year-old Chinese accomplice, Mr. Kwan, had organized their hacking syndicate. Mr. Kwan was previously extradited to South Korea on August 22 last year and subsequently indicted on September 16. South Korean police plan to formally seek an arrest warrant for Mr. A after further questioning and evidence analysis. The Canadian press reports that Meta Platforms has announced the rollout of an incognito mode for WhatsApp users engaging with its AI chatbot. This new feature is designed to alleviate privacy concerns surrounding sensitive information shared during AI conversations. In incognito mode, messages with Meta AI will be processed in a secure environment inaccessible even to Meta, won't be saved by default, and will automatically disappear when a user exits the session. This move comes as generative AI systems have faced scrutiny over data privacy, given that their underlying large language models are trained on vast amounts of data, often including personal details from user interactions. Rival chatbots like Google's Gemini and ChatGPT already offer similar options, allowing users to disable chat history and prevent their data from being used for AI model training. Meta emphasizes that this incognito feature will prevent the chatbot from answering harmful questions and will guide users toward helpful information or cease interaction if necessary. Users will be limited to text-based questions and responses, with no image upload or generation capabilities, and age verification will be required. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.